So with St Patrick's Day coming up very soon, I thought why not dive into a little bit of Irish folklore. I have covered a lot of Greek mythology on this channel, but I have yet to cover anything Irish, and I'm very excited to do so. I feel like Irish folklore and Scottish folklore can be quite similar, and there's a lot of crossovers. I also feel like Irish people and Scottish people are also very similar as well, kind of same personalities, same stereotype of being drunks, same kind of sense of humour. So I'm very excited for this one. And for Irish folklore, where better to start than with leprechauns. Hi, I'm Christy. Welcome to Weird and Witchy Shit, a place for, well, weird and witchy shit. Here we talk about everything from the magic of yoga, rituals, tarot, crystals, astrology, self-love, mental health, spiritual stuff, spooky things, and anything of the mystical variety. So if that sounds like the kind of shit you're into, then you're in the right place, my friend. Welcome to the coven. So leprechauns are probably the most well-known creature in Irish mythology, and tales of them date way back to the 8th century. The word leprechaun can be tied back to the word, I'm going to butcher this, lurchopan or lurcopan, which translates into meaning small body, which makes a lot of sense because leprechauns are normally only about 2 or 3 feet tall, small body. Leprechauns are a type of fairy folk, and they often live inside tree trunks, in caves, and well away from people, in fields, countryside areas, mountains, anywhere that they can be away from humans, and I don't blame them. I think often when you think of fairies, the first thing that can spring to mind is normally something along the lines of Tinkerbell, a little pixie, but often in mythology, fairies aren't always all sweetness and light. A lot of fairies are a lot taller than the butterflied little pixies, and like sometimes they're not all that nice. They're known for being tricksters. Some are known for being very, very mean. There are fairies out there who are known to steal and kill children as well, and even some people would also consider Santa a type of fairy too. Fairies can be terrifying. They're definitely not all sprinkles and love. When we think of leprechauns, we normally would picture them wearing green, but originally in original depictions of them, they were often wearing a red suit, and then the green suit kind of came in a little bit later on as the stories of leprechauns were told, which makes a lot of sense considering that green is so prevalent in Ireland. It's a colour that is heavily associated with the Irish. So yeah, leprechauns have had kind of this reverse Santa Claus effect. As I'm sure you know, Santa Claus's outfit used to be green, and then because of Coca-Cola, it is now red. So all our way around for leprechauns. So like I said, they are small little men, normally with ginger hair, quite boozy, quite grumpy. Sometimes they're seen to be smoking a pipe, playing music, wearing buckled little shoes. There are no female leprechauns that have been reported ever, and you might wonder then how they reproduce if there are no female leprechauns. Well, some legend has it that leprechauns are actually unwanted children of the fairy folk, and they are considered to have deformities or abnormalities, and that's why they've been cast away out of the fairy realm. So they are a type of fairy, and they do come from other fairy species, but they are just unwanted, which actually makes me so sad, and honestly it makes me love leprechauns even more because that is fucking heartbreaking. Although some people do actually believe that leprechauns are the descendant of the Gaelic goddess Danu, who I don't really know much about, but from what I can tell, she is sort of like a mother goddess figure, I guess, almost like Gaia would be in Greek mythology, kind of a Mother Earth type deity. So it's said that the leprechauns actually inhabited Earth long before the humans did, and then when the Celtic people came to Ireland, the leprechauns all ran away and hid into the soil and the dirt of their mother, and that is where a lot of them are believed to still live today. Often they are said to be cobblers, shoemakers, and of course they are massively associated with a pot of gold that they hide at the end of a rainbow. They're normally considered to be very good luck, but the good luck actually comes only if you manage to capture a leprechaun, and then they will grant you 3 wishes for their release. However, they are notorious for being tricksters, and they're not just going to give their money away freely, and if you are unkind to them, they definitely will be unkind back to you. There are many tales of people trying to trick the leprechauns out of their pots of gold and ending up being tricked in return themselves. But on the flip side, there are stories of people just being really genuinely kind and given to the leprechauns with no ulterior motive to get coins. Their only motive is to be kind to another being, and then the leprechaun will fulfill this person with all their greatest wishes and give them as much gold as they could possibly want. So it just goes to show it pays to be kind, but only if your kindness is a genuine kindness. Now, I always say that I believe in everything, and I do genuinely mean that. Fairies, leprechauns, Loch Ness Monster, I believe in it all. I am definitely a child at heart, and I am forever a believer, but I do understand that there is always going to be skeptics out there. But for over 1,000 years, there have been a lot of reported leprechaun sightings by people. This is either people claiming to have caught a leprechaun, which is quite rare because they are, as I say, quite tricky and very fast, but it has happened, or leprechauns running away into the woods and someone caught a glimpse at the side of their eye, caught on CCTV footage, apparent leprechaun sightings. So, I mean, these tales have gone on for over 1,000 years. And back in 1989, I'm not going to make a Taylor Swift reference, I'm just letting you know that I could. A man was on Carlingford Mountain when he heard screams nearby and went to check it out. He knew that they were coming from this nearby wishing well, so he went over to see what the hell was going on. When he got to the wishing well nearby, he seen this patch of burnt grass, and nearby that there was a little costume or a little green suit small enough to fit a leprechaun. It was like green trousers, a green jacket, a little green hat. In the pocket of this little coat there was 4 gold coins, and then he also went on to find some teeny tiny little bones that looked like human bones but teeny. And around about this area is where people definitely believed that there was leprechauns already living, so this just added fuel to that, and people were definitely starting to believe that leprechauns were a lot more than just a myth. This actually led to there being a leprechaun hunt, which actually no one found any further evidence of the leprechauns during this hunt. But for me, that just makes me think, yeah, the leprechauns are smart. They're onto you. Obviously, they've fucking shifted off now that they know that you're out there hunting them. So since 2011, the area of Ireland called, again, I am absolutely going to fucking butcher this, the Sliabh Foy Loop. Any Irish people, please let me know how you pronounce this. There is a street in Glasgow called Sucky Hall Street, and see when like other people come here and they're like, hey, do you know where Sucky Hall Street is? And I'm like, okay. That must be how Irish people watching this feel right now. Anyway, since 2011, this area in Ireland has been a protected area for flora, fauna, animals and leprechauns. It being a protected area means that the leprechauns can thrive in the mountains, and this will stop them from going extinct. According to a local man, Mr. Kevin Woods, who is thought to be sort of a leprechaun whisperer of sorts, he said that there are only 236 surviving leprechauns left in the whole of Ireland. So obviously this protection scheme was a very important endeavour. This Kevin Woods guy, allegedly knows this because when he found 4 gold coins, not the 4 gold coins that were found in a pocket, but they were found at a stone nearby that, these 4 gold coins granted him access to speak to the carrig, which is kind of like an elder being who looks after these leprechauns, and the carrig gave him this information. Make of that what you will. Some call him crazy. I'd believe him. I think he's genuine. Why the fuck not? So what do you think? I would love to hear in the comments what your opinions are. I feel like if you're on this channel, you are probably open to the mystical, the magical, and the weird things that go on in the world. So maybe you're a believer too. Maybe you have your own leprechaun story or fairy story or whatever. This is definitely a conversation that I would like to get going. So if you've got anything interesting to add, then please pop it down in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. If you'd like to continue the conversation, you can get me on Instagram at kristys_coven. That's KRISTYS_coven. You can also find me on YouTube at Kristys Coven, where I post a lot of free yoga classes and shit like that. And I'd love to have you join because it's not a coven if it's just me. And until next time, bye!